day 1 of Stanley Parable. I don't know what to expect. I think fourth wall breaks. Lots of those. And humor. And that's about it. Parables. There's a subtitles option. Yes. Full captions or subtitles only. Wooden, thank you. Thank you for visiting the Ko-fi page, and thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. Sending some love our way. Thank you so much. BB appreciates it. And Duncan appreciates it too. He's just not on stream today. We'll go full captions for now. It seems right. Okay, are we ready? The alert works! Yeah. I don't know if I'm ready. End is never the end is never the end is never the end. Oh, and cheers, it's Friday. I forgot. I poured some.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Okay.
Stanley was happy.
Why is this game showing my office? Yeah.
Something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Uh-oh.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, we have control. Yeah, we just started Berto. I've seen very few snippets of this game. This is my first time ever playing it. Can we interact with stuff? It's making a noise when I click things. I want to type on the keyboard. I want to open the file cabinet. How was the narrator volume? Was it okay?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I hate Mondays.
No matter
of course.
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
It's a little quiet. Okay, I can turn it up. It's a little quiet for me. Let's try... We'll try bumping it up a little more like this. Oh, I think I bumped it up and then I didn't click OK. I think I just exited out. Let's see if that's too loud. This mug says, who farted? Different types of... This is a rotary phone. Not a rotary phone. Okay, what am I supposed to do? Go to the meeting room? follow the narrator, right? What time is it? Does that matter? I don't know. There's papers on the floor. It was me. Is it gonna get impatient with me if I go everywhere but the meeting room? This is immediately... I mean, I think when I played Superliminal, I had seen a little bit of this game and they seemed very... The start of them seemed kind of similar, perhaps. Superliminal vibes.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Is that a little louder, or we could still bump it up? I'm going in the door on the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Bump it up. Okay. We're finessing the audio. This looks odd. Oh, this looks nice. What's happening in here? Can we sprint? Superliminal took a lot of inspiration from this game, yeah. I can def see the similarity. I feel like maybe they use the same engine. It's been a long time since I played Superliminal.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I want a soda.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Give me a soda. Not a spoiler, but I thought Superliminal was a sequel. Oh, interesting.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
I just really like the lounge. How much more dialogue can we get out of the lounge?
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Please, don't tell me what to do. I just want a soda. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of that, Mariah, like me saying something and then the game being like, don't do that. Follow my instructions. Backseating a narrator, yeah. This game is far too self-aware for its own good.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
No. Wait, what's in there? Oh, a warehouse. What's in here? Like a cool sketching architect's table.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
This looks dangerous. I don't have a hard hat or anything. Do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. What does this say? Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off cargo lift, $5,000. Okay. Do I have a card that I can swipe? No? Will it let me ride the cargo lift?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Okay.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Ooh. Hi, Zydeth, welcome in. Hi, Angel Lord, welcome in. Having a little bit of neck pain today. I'm sorry. That stinks. I'm doing okay. Bit of ups and downs. What am I? How am I redeeming myself? What's in here? What does this say? May contain... This sign may contain information? Or no information. That's funny. I learned today there's a remaster going on. Oh, nice. Bulldog. Some papers on the floor. Okay.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another,
What?
then pick up the phone.
I don't think I have anything else I can do in here. Can I unplug it?
As Stanley
I
picked
can't
up the phone,
unplug it.
a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
I did.
No, that
Was I
wasn't
not
supposed
supposed
to? Be a
to?
choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions
Table's
were
looking
supposed to
weird
mean
from this
anything.
angle.
I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How
What
had
have I
not
done?
noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch.
What?
I'm going to stop the game
What
for
is
a
going
moment
on?
so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Oh my
Choice.
god.
It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could
The
spend
subtitles
years
are gone.
helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house.
Oh, can I
Which
pause?
choice would you make? Remember...
I can't pause. Tal, thank you so much for the 6 months. Oh, wait, is it still going? Okay,
that
hang on, I'm
here,
sorry.
The real world
Thank you.
makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, Then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness."
My goodness.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process.
I
Most
don't know
medical
why
professionals recommend making
was
at least
weird.
8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside.
True.
At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Still talking. There's too much
noticed that
talking.
This room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay, no, I want to say in here. Tal, thank you for the 6 months. Would you like your sub to go towards an Outer Wilds tattoo or a Metroid tattoo? It's good to have you here. Sorry for the confusion. I was trying to pause so we wouldn't miss any of the game, but then I ended up missing the game by pausing, so I think it's fine. There's a lot of just sitting and listening, though. Sitting and listening to the narrator. I think that's kind of the whole game. This says stop, 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 stop. Danger everywhere. More cha. Exit. If you do exclamation point tattoo, it tells you what the 2 design choices are. But I will tell you the Outer Wilds one is the quantum moon symbol, and the Metroid one is the animals, the cute animals, Edacoons and Decora. If you've not seen it, there's a reference image. Mumpazoid, how's it going? Welcome in. Alright, I will add your vote. Not Slate. I can't steal the Slate tattoo idea from you. That's Slate's your love. How do I do this? Outer Wilds is winning. Okay. Sorry for the interruption. We're still figuring out all the controls and progression and when to pause and when not to pause. Can I pick up the phone now? Now that they don't want me to? No. It doesn't seem like I can. They love closing doors behind me. Quantum Moon Symbols, also a great one. Excited to see it should win. We've still got a ways to go, so it is the sub goal this month in particular because December is my birthday month. My birthday's at the end of the month, and if we make it, that'll be a nice present and celebration. I want to look at everything in this game, and it's mostly just boxes and file cabinets and coffee mugs. Oh, we're just backtracking through here. With the occasional Easter egg.
We can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay. Fully support the quantum tattoo. Hey Beer Ice, welcome in. The design is dope. It was harder. It was strangely much harder to find a reference image that wasn't... There was one reference image that I liked, but it was from a walkthrough guide for some of the stuff in Outer Wilds. I'm like, I don't really want to link people to a walkthrough guide in chat. That doesn't seem right. Ah, yes. My favorite room.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Do you comment on how much I like this room again, or are we done with that? I think we're done with that. The subtle hum in the lounge makes me feel like end times music is starting. Yeah. How awesome would quantum tattoos be? It's only there sometimes. It travels between people. Oh, wow.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're faced with another choice. I just want to... First of all, I don't like the narrator backseating me and telling me what to do. Second of all, I want to hear all the angry, you did the wrong thing dialogue, because it's funny.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
What if I keep going? Oh, things break because of the... What did he call it? Narrative contradiction. Okay, well, it seems like I have to go back. Look how weird all that looks. Whoa. No! You're mucking up the Matrix, yeah. What did you do? What if I do it twice? Alright, fine. Whatever. The illusion of free will. Everything looks less wonky. Turning it into a quantum game, yeah. This looks wrong.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone? Left here like so much garbage. It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever.
How do I see what's over here?
Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know.
God.
What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I was busy reading the whiteboard. Oh, God.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see?
Yeah.
Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story.
Your poor story.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
We broke the fabric of space-time. Thank you for contributing to the Nestroid stream.
Right.
Zara, hi.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I don't wanna. No! I think I've not followed directions every step of the way so far.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly.
Oh,
hurry.
but this is the... Oh.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure
How
you'll
long
be up
can
to
we
the
do this
task.
until it
Just
stops
follow
letting
my
me
lead
do
and you'll be
this?
fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No!
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
Okay, I think that's the same.
Behave
I'm
exactly
assuming.
as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting
Poor
the
narrator.
story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Can
All
you
right.
do like... Alright, one last
When
experiment.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, what if I had stood there and does the door knock you out of the way? Whoop. Whoop. Okay, you can do that and it doesn't trigger the... Haha. I wonder how far down the hallway you have to go. Maybe past the edge?
No! Why
Yeah.
did you do that? Quickly, hurry.
You can't quickly hurry back after you get
Behave
that.
exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine. Begrudgingly. You forgot that part of the narration. You died. Oh, what is this game up to? Oh.
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Employee. A bunch of numbers and Jim. I wonder if I need to take notes in this game. I didn't think it was that type of game. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of da-da-da-da-da-da. I hear a clicking. Oh, slideshow. The Boss Appreciation Minute. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, but more inclined toward conflict unless you're the kind of person who initiates. What are your dreams of the future? Success, transcend, plant life, football, pollution, spring break, hope, clear skin, metamorphosis, lunch, travel, nature, talk radio, mitosis, charts. Less all? Less something. Tips for not getting fired. Talk less. Don't get fired. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time every day with no expectation of promotion or recognition. How to solve a dispute. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Synergize. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on the text. That will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Everyone is unique. You, most of all. Again. Number of slides on this slide. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Sleep. The internet. Something. Numbers. Slides. Something. Please, no more charts. I'm begging. No more charts. Stop. Ooh. Your boss appreciation minute worksheet. Circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out the triplicate and return to your boss appreciation specialist. Why did we hire you? Remember, it takes 2 people to start a fight, and right now you're both of them. I didn't finish that when we read it before. Less air. Comatose. I missed those 2. A boat. I think I missed that one too. That slide reminds me of, there's an account on Instagram that makes inspirational posts, and they're all just memes. I can't think of a good example of one, but they're really funny. What do people want? Things. Happy feelings. Mike James, you're fired. Money, more money. Things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs. Graphs about things and money. We have our new product. Facts. Telephone directory. The stock market is somewhere here. Colored in segment. Stripes. Requires more research. What is hot? Target demographic. Teenagers. Profits, 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 profits. Bi-quarterly post-review review. We need more/less reviews. 402, 405. Want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule, but I think that's a stupid idea. More water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to the teenage demographic. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Big net? Some sort of child trap? A lot of % teenagers, size of demographic, space between the teenagers. Throw something in the ideas bin. What does this say? No more bins, trash cans. Renaming of the ideas bin. Firing of me. Reduce, reuse, recycle. I like this room. Synergize. Shift global market. Parrot something. Monetize free to play. Help, I'm a post-it. Top priority. Quarterly pie chart profits. Alright, fine. Broom closet. There was somebody stuck in there, supposedly.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I think that's all I can do. You've taken away all my choices. Hey, skeleton, welcome in. I like it a lot so far. It's fun. I'm enjoying angering the narrator. This area looks very different. And reading all the weird Easter egg things on whiteboards. Alright, it seems like there's less to do in here. Wow, this is some office.
Inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all
lavish
probability,
office,
he
yeah.
knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would
draw these pictures from the witness on the wall?
The courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
I'm not ready yet. What's with all the rotary phones? It's for...
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark.
It's for later, but the next game, Beginner's Guide, adds a new dimension of all this.
There on the wall.
Has more Easter eggs than Cadbury. I don't want to say that.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you?
Does this game have the same
receiver.
microphone mechanics
with the story. This is a crucial step.
as Phasmophobia? What's the name of the ghost? Sue?
Okay, fine.
Sue Johnson, are you
You're not gonna do
there?
it,
Are you
but
angry?
know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows
I'm the
what
most
it means to take a
expensive boss.
story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
It's so angry. Saraha definitely said Nightshark 115 into her mic. Heck yes. I love it.
Stanley, please.
Oh.
I need you to make a choice.
The end.
I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening?
Thank you for
to
playing.
me? Can you hear me?
We beat the game.
Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand
Cheers.
me?
2 games in 1
Whatever choice
day.
you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this.
I'm just staying on my little platform. I want to read
So, you hear me?
the credits.
Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there?
Someone needs to tell the narrator I love you and I care about you. Sending human kindness from me to the narrator.
You need time to decide. Time
I
to make
appreciate
sure
you
your
and the
choice
game
is
you've made
correct.
and the
That is
story.
best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
So somber. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Eerie. Creepy music. But we beat it! Now we get to wander around without the narrator telling us what to do?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Aww.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's 11:20-ish.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace
Leave
of
me
his co-workers.
alone. Open these other doors. I want to go in here. I want choices. Time loop. It's Outer Wilds. Oh shoot. We looked at all this already. It looked like awaiting input. It looked like I almost could read what was on that yellow one, but not quite. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Is this different? You're leaving more doors open. Weird. Why?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, not this again. This game is a wild collection of who can say. I feel like this game is great because for first playthroughs, because you can tell somebody go left, go right, and it's just, well, this time I'm gonna go this way. I just want to see what happens. I feel like there's no bad.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by
Solutions.
the employee lounge first, just
This
to
seems
admire
the
it.
same.
Wow. Yes. This
Wow.
room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, we didn't do this that one time. Should we do something different? Narrator was on point. Yeah. What's this room?
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
You know I can't do that. I can interact with the button. There's supposed to be an underground facility at one point, they said.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Does that happen if you get close to it? Or is it timed? You gonna close the door on me again?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
This is great. If you want to check out more from the developers, one of the developers, check out Dr. Langiscall of the Tiger, Terribly Cursed Emerald.
Yep. Okay, yes. I've got it now.
I think it might be too early to say.
Definitely this way.
But I appreciate the list. A long name, but it's good at free game made by Crows. Cool. Oh, that's all one game. I thought that was a list of games. This game does an amazing job of satisfying the mission of our inner 2-year-old to say no to everything. And see, I feel like I like following rules. Like lawful good and all that. But when you're exploring a game and it doesn't give you the option to explore and make choices and do what you want, then I'm like, no, I want to see what happens. Let me science in peace. Oh. Where are we? There we are, 427. I want to like click the witness button and put a cursor over it so I can show you what I'm looking at. Fired. 104 was fired.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Oh no, spoilers!
Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Don't restart me again.
We don't wander so far off track, hmm?
No,
Okay.
I like wandering off track. Fine.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
I didn't do anything. I just went down the elevator.
Right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere.
I'm standing on top of one of these lights.
It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Oh, yay!
Let's find the story.
Yay, let me explore! This office building! Woohoo! Let's get lost. Let's get lost in the sauce. More boxes and file cabinets and coffee mugs and papers.
This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No, don't restart it.
I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again.
No,
but it's got to be better than this.
It.
Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No, that was the best part of the game so far.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Gone. What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I'm remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. Spilt coffee. I hate Mondays. Some missing ceiling tiles. Username, access. I want this office. No reason.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Hey Seamus, welcome in. Thanks for using that tattoo command.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story.
A dead end?
Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Narrator, you have no idea what's going on. I knew I shouldn't have trusted you.
Now this... well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about
Don't
this?
Restart.
You win!
Oh, okay, yeah.
Congratulations!
We did it!
You put in a lot of hard work, and it really
GG's
paid off. So,
again.
Good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh, more restarting. Green Mazing, I actually have already played Superliminal. It was fun. I didn't like the ending. But it was a really cool game. It was hard at times. A couple of the puzzles had me really stuck. Love games like this. Probably why I try to make stuff like this. Yeah, nice. The Stanley Parable adventure line.
All right.
Beat 2 games in a row. Yeah.
This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay, no choices. Oh, choices! Exercising choice.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Oh. Well, that's boring. I had deja vu. Glad my memory's half working. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, we talked about it for a little bit earlier, but, oh. Let's play some solitaire. It's been a long time, so I don't remember a ton from that game. I remember the bouncy house, the bouncy castle. I have a clip somewhere of the bouncy castle getting stuck on something and making a really weird noise. And I remember thinking, well, I don't know, I don't want to spoil the game, but I feel like...
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct?
No.
Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Is it Peer Gynt? No, it's like Banjo-Kazooie. We were talking about Superliminal before. And I was gonna say something else about it, but I lost my train of thought because this narrator won't stop talking. Question mark? Can I get a what in chat? What? I don't like this music at all. Are we going back to the boss's room? Is that why the numbers keep going? Oh, they were going down and now they're going up again. What? I can't hear myself think. When does it end?
Wait, cut the music.
Oh,
Go
thank
back
you.
and look at that fern.
Just give me a second. Okay. I remember thinking that Superliminal was gonna go one way, and then it didn't go that way. It went a different way. It's not spoilers. I just guessed wrong on where the story was going. That's my train of thought that I had to wait for so long to finish because I got interrupted by the narrator. Oh, goodness. Alright, I hope that music doesn't come back.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully.
I'll screenshot it.
You won't want to miss anything.
Now I have a picture of a fern in a folder in my documents. Narrator gonna narrate. No chill. Indeed, no chill.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
What if I go backwards? 5 years later. What is this fern picture for? Yeah. Eh. This is weird. This goes, yeah, this is my desk. Well, game over. Just let me go back to work. Goodbye. Do people make maps of this office when they're going through?
Still missing the doors. Did we make a mistake following the line? Perhaps we could have found the story on our own.
Walking back and forth, pacing back and forth through the office. Played this game before I knew what Twitch was. I pulled the roller coaster, restrained down, and braced for the ride. Yeah. It's that kind of game. We went back this way before. Is this door open again? It was closed. No. Bonk. 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 Fern. This is weird. Oh. We're back here.
No, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you.
Fired.
After everything we've been through, you... Well, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Restart. The line. Can't trust the line.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're
Not a
intelligent
whole lot.
people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable.
Open all the
Why don't we
doors.
simply start wandering in, well, I don't know.
Yes.
How about this direction?
Just let me wander in whatever direction I want.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use
just
your
going
imagination.
in circles and circles
Whatever it
and
might be,
circles
Stanley,
and circles
I'm
and
ready
circles
for
and
it.
circles and circles and circles. I definitely thought it was a hallway for way too long there. I was like, yeah, just keep turning right. That's how hallways work. Oh. Weird. Back in the office! Woohoo! Go again. I don't get it. Is it 22 minutes yet? Yeah. Pretty much a reset every 22 minutes. Quantum. Bam. Quantum. Move. Be something else when I turn around.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Don't acknowledge it. But it's breaking through the ceiling. Oh, not this again. Oh, okay, I thought we were gonna be stuck.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Yes.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Aww. Mission something fusion ending? Confusion ending? Stanley attempts to play the story but is something. Unable to go anywhere or do anything. The game restarts. 6th restart. Finds the line again. Begin following the line. Find an identical replica of the something. Office that has begun to deteriorate. Attempt to make up a story here. Narrative restarts the game. 7th restart. There's no longer an office. Simply blank space. Wander in the darkness. Find a bookstore. Get bored and leave. Narrator restarts. 8th restart. Narrator is gone after a long time. Stanley dies. That's cheating. It's innovation. Attempts to play the game but is prevented. Unable to go anywhere or do anything. You've been playing the confusion ending for this many minutes and seconds. It's a bug, a feature. Find the confusion ending schedule. Narrator restarts the game. 5th restart. Narrator forgets about previous restarts. Alright, well. End up in another building. Narrator restarts the game. 3rd restart. Adventure line. Something philosophy and something. I can't read from here. Deviate from maintenance room, end up in modern room, narrator restarts, 1st restart, discover 2 doors room, now has many additional doors, aimless wandering, restart. Office is now a dead end, turn around, find another dead end.
And we're supposed to restart
Nonsense
the game
philosophy and music, return to the office, return to the modern room,
really how
adventure
all
to
this
unexplored
goes?
territory, find the line again.
Determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed
Don't
to
do
forget?
it, don't restart.
Well, what
Open
if I don't want to
doors.
forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Okay, I like this. Yeah, stick it to the game.
Stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The,
22 minutes?
whatever
Oh, I
it is
should have
that made
stood
this
there for
schedule?
longer.
How would we even know?
I should have got the
Will
timer to
someone
stop
come
on
for us?
22.
Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know,
Just hang out.
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey
No idea.
and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if...
Oh god, that was an uncomfortable noise. Oh, BB moved around and flipped to the other side. That's good. And I think she's actually sleeping. She looks comfier now. When I went and looked at her on break, she was doing the, like, tense, not cinnamon roll. Like, not quite a loaf, but just a hunch. And, like, she had angry eyes. She wasn't sleeping. They were just barely open. I don't know. I know a lot of you are cat people, and you can just feel cats' body language if you have known them for a while. And I just knew her day was off. But now she feels more relaxed. I can just tell. I hope she sleeps, and then I hope she wakes up after stream and she has her appetite back. Whew. Okay. So, is this the beginning again? Two more resets? Oh, I was talking about it earlier, Angel Lord. Well, BB has been having ongoing health stuff for the past, like, almost a year and a half. And, it's not gonna go, her condition is not gonna go away, but we've been managing it and she's been doing pretty well. But, today was a bad day. This morning we had a vet visit and that was good, but then, like, right before stream she was having some issues, so, it seems like she's getting better. Trav, thank you for contributing to the Nestroid challenge. Thank you for the hello. Hi. Happy time zone. We finished the challenge. We did it. We got it. In the witness, so we started our new game.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
It's a heckin' long time.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
It's
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his
co-workers. Get interrupted when I try to answer questions. I don't want to get into it too much again because we were talking about it earlier, but just having pets is wonderful and also really hard when they get sick, you know? Chai, hello, welcome in. Outer Wilds is winning. Yeah, so far. So far. Much love to BB. Thank you. Sad I missed it. Can't wait to watch the VOD. It was so cool. I was so happy. We got lucky. I made a big mistake and then we still finished and got lucky at the very end. Okay. We don't have any choices right now. Been there, sending all the love. Thank you, Magus. I know. Yeah, I appreciate it. It means a lot from you. When Stanley came to a set
of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
How's Stanley Parable? Been interested for a while, never played it. It's so trolly and funny, and I really enjoy it. I feel like I'm making no progress, and I get a little annoyed at how much the narrator talks, because I just want to play the game and talk to chat, but there's like a lot of, okay, listen to the narrator's pondering. Should we go to the right again? So, I'm wondering though, what have we not done yet? Because if this is a reset, like a full reset, if I go to the right again, do we get the same thing that we got the first time? Was that actually an ending? Because it said confusion, or we got credits, and then it said confusion ending started with the one where we went and bypassed, I don't know, it was like explaining things after we got credits. It was weird. I have two cats, and the older one was recently discovered to have some kind of parasite, which can cause seizures and stuff. So far, she's only had one, luckily. I'm so sorry, Angel Lord. I feel ya. They appreciate you caring for them and taking them to the vet and doing all the pet parent stuff. I know it's hard. Super great to watch people play and trying to guess what's going on. Oh, I bet. Oh, I'm sure. Because every time I get to this room, I'm going to want to say, no, I don't want to go to the left. I want to go to the right. I guess we could test the theory and see if we get the same thing. I'm tempted for some science. Chai, thank you for the human kindness. Sending human kindness from me to you, to all of chat, to everybody out there who's watching and lurking. I appreciate you so much. Happy weekend. It's good to be here with you, spending time together, and I just hope you can relax and find peace and find joy this weekend, regain all your energy to get ready for the next week. Thank you so much. We could all use a bit of human kindness today, absolutely. Going to bed. Hope everyone have a good time zone. Hope BB feels better. Thank you, Wooden. Have a good sleep. Good night. We'll see you around. We're gonna do science, so you gotta go.
This was
No!
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Actually, I think we did this last time, but we went through the lounge.
The lounge was sublime.
Oh, this is new.
Art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper.
Something deeper.
Something darker.
It's 11:30 now.
Yes. Really, really worth it being here in the room.
Okay, this is the same
so
line.
Utterly captivating that even though
what's
all
this
your
letter?
coworkers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
I'm gonna get real close to my monitor. Excuse me.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality.
Something,
It's
something,
possible
something
that this
lounge
is why
day.
everyone left.
I cannot read it
Stanley
at all.
sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
I want to read that letter. It doesn't look like it came out of a printer. It looks like a handwritten letter.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
So last time we did this and went down the elevator. So, or should I go this way and do science? But something different already happened. Gently uncomfortably close to my screen. Sorry. I did warn you. This room is our home. I do like the lounge. Oh, I have this. What decision? What should we do? Well, let's do something different. Even if I have no idea what's going on. But we haven't done this yet.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Now, is the meeting room gonna look weird because we took a detour? I do like the meeting room as well. It has fun writing on the walls.
Yet there was
It's
not
not
a single
glitched.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Bye! Sadly, I'm gonna have to head out for a nap. Enjoy your nap, Austin. I hope it is very restful. And we'll see you around. Thanks for being here. Oh no.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
What's happening?
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they
thank
simply
you, Austin.
repeating? No,
it's been
Stanley
fun so
said
far.
to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Oh,
this
the
is
dream
all a
ending.
dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose
We're
his
just
job.
asleep.
He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
That's fun.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun.
Let's go!
And Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all
I want to go back to the
entered
starfield.
Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
1, 2, B4.
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
But I want to float again.
He knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please.
Please, it's all I want.
I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Wake up.
My life is normal. I am normal.
This is a daily
Everything
affirmation.
will be fine. I am okay.
Oh, this is not our office. This is just where I closed my eyes. Oh my god.
Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real.
Chaotic ending.
Real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Oh, I hate it. Too loud. Too loud. Reset.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Okay.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings,
Kenji, welcome in. How's it going?
Oh. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and
another
what
daily
isn't.
affirmation.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What? What? The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Okay, what have we not done yet? Follow directions. It's like the one thing we haven't done yet. What? Kenji, how's it going? I hope you're having a good weekend so far.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
And we're
When
here.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Do we dare? Do we dare follow instructions? Just finished the new JoJo series on Netflix. Nice. I don't want to go where they tell me to go, but I also want to do science. No, I'm not asking you for instructions. I'm just pondering. Following instructions couldn't be me, right? But I feel like they've given me the freedom to do lots of options now, so I'm more content to say, okay, I'm doing this by choice, not because you forced it on me. I did a lot of things going through the right door, so now I'll go through the left door. Why doesn't it do the purple star emote? That's weird. Could not resist the paradox, yeah. You're good, Green Mazing. I appreciate it. I gotta get rid of purple star in all my commands now. Alright, we'll go on the left. Instant regret. Meeting room. Weird.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Ooh, office
Stanley
party.
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, interesting. Now we can go down.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
They give you too many choices now. I like it. Let's go.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
Oh, is this going to be the
He
same?
considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left
this
his
was
post
long.
during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
But it was a different combination.
Maybe, he thought to himself,
but it didn't
maybe
matter.
I am
If we go down
crazy.
there, it's not.
All of my
it's like.
coworkers blinking
Oh, thank you. You're right. I saw that. I saw that before. Begin from the beginning. I don't want to do that sequence again. It was too long. So far, I love how cheeky this game is. It's just good fun. It's very self-aware. It's very silly. You're walking through an office building. There's not a whole lot. Like, you know, there's Easter eggs, but so far there's not been clues and puzzles and too much brain power. But the narrator is not likable enough for me to want to sit and listen to all this. I'm like, come on. It's just, I guess that's the point. But I'm not taking in any of what he's saying most of the time. I'm like, just get to the end of your sentence, please. Hey, Notch. How's it going? The end is never the end is never the end. Yeah, I actually don't really know the objective yet, Kenji. We keep resetting and ending up back here at our desk. So far, that was the first time I had a chance to follow all the instructions correctly, but the narrator keeps telling me what I'm gonna do, and then I've been doing the opposite. And we've gotten some endings. But it's never the end. I think it's deliberate. Yeah, I think it's very deliberate.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed the memo.
They're pushing the limit of how much I'm willing to take this. Or, I mean, I don't know. It's just... It's funny, but it takes away from the funniness. It's like, alright, the game's okay, but there's bits that are really annoying. It's fine.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door
So
on his
I
left.
wonder, the time before the last time, we went to the right, we didn't go down the elevator, we ended up in the meeting room, then we went down the stairs. What if we went up the stairs that time? Should we test that and see if we get the same thing? I would hold off on that, Angel Lord. I mean, it's fine. I've already seen it. It's not a big deal. But, I guess...
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Don't say any more on the topic.
Well.
that is far enough.
Employee lounge first,
and if you ever have questions about if something's a spoiler or not, it's always better to ask a mod first or whisper somebody first, like, hey, do you think this is a spoiler? Before just saying, hey, I don't know if this is a spoiler, and writing it in chat, because I'm unfortunately pretty quick to read chat most of the time, and I sometimes read it and get spoiled before I realize, oops, I shouldn't have read that.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again.
This is new too,
then
right?
It came back and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of tingle.
Tingle. It's funny. It's like when big companies start memeing and immediately kill the meme.
Yes. Really, really worth it being here in the room.
Exactly, Notch.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
So this is what we did.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either.
And it's the stairwell.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up
now
to
we
his
want to go
boss's
up.
office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
We haven't been back here except the one time. What does this say? Executive bathroom. Heh.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again
fancy,
stunned to
yeah.
discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Oh.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I'm the most expensive boss. We saw that one. What does this say? Carte blanche et Mont Blanc. Mont Blanc.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
Sewage
Trying to
Lilies?
input anything on the device was useless, since he could
By
never
Claude
possibly
Money.
know that the combination was 2845.
Oh, this is different. We didn't see this before. Side note, as someone who made some small Half-Life maps and mods, really fun to see what they did here with it. It's good stuff. I do kind of wish I had made a map.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked
What?
in, and the door just
What?
opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story.
Oh,
Well,
you can punch it
whoop-de-doo.
in. And I didn't. That's like one of the few times it's given me a cursor to interact with things. Whoop-de-doo. What if I do it after the fact? Just to piss him off some more. Oh, I'm very bad at the controls. Is that on purpose? Nope, I'm just that bad. What if you put the wrong ones in? Somebody come out and take you away? We already did it. But that was fun. Got fed up. Have we seen this area before? Is this a dead end? Now, is it a dead end? There's a little corner back there. Okay.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his
Is this
chest,
the underground
as
warehouse?
though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
Even though we did take one wrong turn.
When for years it had never occurred to him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
Cut power to the elevator.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What? If light is on, call extension 914 immediately. Mind control facility? No! No! Mind. Just mind. Okay. Escape! It's like they knew I didn't want to go in there. Bye!
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Which is worse? Mind control or violent death? I want to keep my brain.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Oh, 1 second. Excuse me.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Look. How violent are we talking? 'Cause I don't want mind control. It's so ominous. How bad is this? Is this really bad? It's so trolly. I feel like nothing can be that grim. You still have the option to get out the whole time, which is nice. No mind control for me! Oops. Oh. Oh god, this is like Portal.
And Stanley was inched closer and closer
Oh
to his
no!
demise. It reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plugging the
Okay, hang on, friend. We're about to get smushed.
So he resigned,
Squeesh!
He accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, 07s. Rip, Stanley. Squish. Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Who's this lady?
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was
Who's
obliterated.
this narrator, rather?
As the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh, this is fun. That's just like Portal. Llama, thank you for the 18 months. Thank you for the Prime. I appreciate it. Welcome back to the human race. Enjoy Earth Badger emotes. Your ad reviewing. We're very glad to have you. Llama realized that they had been subscribed to their friend Jen's channel for more than a year and a half. It made him feel warm and fuzzy at the thought. Oh, that's wild, right? Thanks for coming in. Would you like your sub to go towards an Outer Wilds tattoo or a Metroid tattoo? There's a description of both design ideas as well if you want to look at those. I'm so glad we chose not mind control. Stanley Parable. More credits?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
This is great. Where does this go?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
What? Nature paintings. Yes, we've seen those in the hallways. Stanley's computer. Office layout. Oh, nice. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development through the core, though the core layout remains almost identical. A map. Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. So much care, so much detail. Filing cabinets, yes, the real stars of the show. Two doors. The set of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. The Metroid one is cool too, but Outer Wilds all the way. Okay, thanks, Llama. I will add your vote. Office computers. Yes, we've seen these. Yes. Employee database. Solitaire. Fail, how's it going? Welcome in. Some credits. Some doors. What does it say? Doors. The office. Some boxes. Spilled coffee mug. Where's the design elements for the lounge? Button sounds. Ooh, fun. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of keyboard stroke and synthesized tone. We've only pressed a couple of red buttons for various elevators. Oh, and the little tiny buttons for that one door. Oh. I like this game. Giving me lots of different sounds.
Yay.
Zero, thank you so much for the 3 months. Thanks for the Prime. Welcome back to the human race. Enjoy your Earth Badge, your emotes, your ad-free viewing. We're very glad to have you. And would you like your sub to go towards a Metroid tattoo or Outer Wilds tattoo? Let us know. Let me add llamas. We're at 14 for Outer Wilds and 6 for Metroid. Pending Noxie's vote, I have to message him and let him know. And Metroid for 0. Right on. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's still early. Kevin's a G with over 2,000 royalty-free tune skis to his credit. Nice. Very cool. Kevin McLeod, I saw. Is that how you say the name? Many albums of cool sounds. Nice. I've heard their work. It sounds like I should have. Yeah, I probably have, and I just don't know it. Oh, you used it for D&D. Okay, nice. Then I've definitely heard it. I see. I see. We're in this nice museum here. The office. Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. The office. Do both of these rooms have stairs that go up? Boss's office. Screens from development of Boss's office. So we've seen this one. We have not. I mean, these are older concepts, but we've also seen the weird looking green one. Nearly all the music I used for One Shot was Kevin, because I knew they make safe music. Smart. Very good. Office clock. Very familiar. Oh, weird. Employee lounge. The lounge! Underground. An early version of Underground portion of the game. Narration outtakes. Kevin Brighting, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game. Thank you for the lurk, Chai. Have a good lurk. Stanley jumped in the river. We haven't seen a river. Okay, do all of these go up to the same area? I think so. Freedom ending. This is the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. I feel like we're not supposed to be in here yet. It's giving spoilers. Countdown desk. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. Ooh. Pretty. Going to the light. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down, with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the 2 endings together instead. I guess they didn't think players would want to see their death. Could be. Countdown room. Countdown. we got confusion that had all the, like, the timer that was counting up, not counting down. Game design mock-up. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game, though much of the environment has changed. The basic layout from this mock-up is still in the game. The lounge. I feel like I hear a ticking now. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these in further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here's a selection of those emails. Hi, Mr. Narrator Guy. I have a question for you, sir. And it is, what is your message for today? Sincerely, Harris, sent from my iPad. How's the game going? I hope it's as good or better than the first one. From a cool man. What are these? The thing I want to know is, what would you do if Stanley entered any other rooms? I didn't watch the trailer, so I don't know. How do the lights in the control room... What do the lights in the control room do? I really want to know. I appreciate the previous Stanley game as a work of art and a standalone title. I appreciate the credit given to art, which is why I'm eager to see a sequel, prequel, standalone companion game. Oh, okay. How do you make a JRPG? How do you make the worst game ever? What is the difference between a duck? I don't know if I want to read all those right now. What is this? These are screenshots of the Stanley Parable HD remix for endings, more endings, fewer endings, more narrators, fewer narrators, more Stanley, less Stanley. The point of Stanley Parable HD Remix is to win. Am I going crazy? Maybe it isn't the same image. Was that clock there before? I don't remember. How do I go back? Can you check for me? In September 2012, we submitted the Stanley Parable to Greenlight Valve's process of approving games for Steam. The Greenlight page had only a series of cryptic photos, which were still enough to win the community's approval. Hi, Leon. Hi, welcome in. It's good to see you. Larger. If someone could just could get rid of the text, maybe then I could see what the game is about. Can't see the images because of this text. Larger. Words. Writing all of this, do you know why is doing that? Would you please ask them to stop? Because I'm just trying to figure out what this game is about. Can't something. Escribiendo al... Something al azar en traductor Google. No es una something efectiva de transmitir tipo de emoción a otra persona a través. Oh, okay. It cuts off a bunch of words, so if I were able to make sense of it, I would need all the words. My Spanish isn't that good. Alien base? Warzone? Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpret it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. What? They can't give me this type of area this early on in my playthrough. I'm like, yeah, we're in the museum. I need to read every single thing. The cargo lift. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. We didn't take that route. Oh. The apartment timer? In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Weird. There's so many rooms in here. What is this? It's just explaining everything? Meeting room. Oh, wow. Yeah. I love and miss going to the museum. I'm a card-carrying member. Although
so Are they friendly, Kara? The people here?
Don't worry, you're gonna fit right in.
Although, sorry, I wanted to make sure we heard that alert because it's new. Maddie, hi, welcome in. Hi, Raiders. Thank you so much. How was your stream? What were you doing? Can we get a shout out for Maddie, please? Crayjo, Sacadonian. Tristish, hi. McChester, hi. It's the most blunderful time of the year. It's so good to have you here. I'm Jen. This is my first playthrough of Stanley Parable. I like puzzle games. We finished The Witness today. Still not quite done, but we finished something really big and it was very fun. Acid, hi. This is such a good game. I can't believe, like, I think this is telling me all the different paths to take. I almost want to screenshot it and then save it for later and not read it. But I also kind of want to read it since we're here. Thank you so much for coming in. Ooh, Rocket League, nice. I haven't played Rocket League in so long. But I used to really like it. Here on recommendation of Acid. Thank you, Acid. We're glad to have you. I see some names that I know through Tiger as well, so good company. Played Rocket League and Fall Guys. Sounds like a good Friday night or Saturday or weekend event. Crayjo, how's it going? It's good to see you. Let me read. Can I read this? Maintenance layout. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. Alright, I'm gonna look at it. And I'm gonna screenshot it. Is that cheating? Probably. Gathering all the information. First choice. Obey, disobey. Lounge. Staircase. Maintenance. 2 options. 2 doorways to maintenance. Obey, disobey. Lounge. Maintenance. The other entrance would be hidden depending on how you entered. 1 doorway to maintenance in the lounge and the original back on track option. 2 confusion ending. Maintenance when we went down the elevator. Vent. We haven't done that. What about this? Have you all played this that came in from the raid? This is wild. There's just so much to ponder, and you think, oh, I don't know. It's just silly, they're just trolling, and then they do something really, really clever. Played a little, not much. Gotcha. There's a lot I haven't seen yet. Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the 4th version of the ending, and we thought it was complete but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. Game is now paused, begin, resume, options, return, escape menu. For a long time we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Huh. I do have to dip. Lots to do in movie night. Hope you have a great rest of your stream. Enjoy movie night, of course. Enjoy post-stream relaxing or whatever you need to get done. Take care. Thanks for bringing your friends over. Have a good one. It feels like this is somewhere we shouldn't be until after we've beaten the game multiple times. There's so much I haven't seen. Zending, what is that? This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Zending levers. These levers were originally a part of the Zending.
Yes!
The player would pull a lever and narrator would describe what color lever they'd pulled. Thank you for the follow. Thanks for supporting a fellow human. I appreciate it. Can I pull these? Orange. Purple. Green. Where does this go? That's where we came from. Where does this go? Ooh. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is preparing a new version of Stanley Parable. Bonk. Weird. I don't want to watch the whole trailer. Exit. Did we see everything? Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. This was first created in November 2011, second in March 2012, third in February 2013. You can't go in there. Bonk. Bonk. I think we did it all. Yeah. This has such strong ties to Superliminal, or Superliminal has such strong ties to this. It's like the same thing. This is really cool. I love that all this is in here. I love that it's all interactable and you can read. I do when I go to museums in real life. Oh, and who was talking about their museum card? I didn't mean to brush that off. It was right before the raid, but I like museums. I like reading all the things. I like interactive exhibits. Mom the Human actually used to work at a museum, and it was really cool because she had to learn all the facts of the different major touring exhibits, and when people would come through for tours, she was a museum tour guide. She learned all kinds of fun facts and brought them home and shared them. Now I lost track of where the exit was. Superliminal is 10 years older. Oh. This pulled from Superliminal. I think you said that earlier and I lost track of it. I forgot. I have this game, but I never got around to playing it, and I would totally avoid spoilers, but like, I bought the game 6 years ago. Nice. What's a game I bought 6 years ago that I haven't played? I have a lot of games that were free. Oh, here we go. Free in a bundle. A humble bundle, most of them. That I bought for a couple games, but I didn't, you know, it came together and I never got around to trying everything in the bundle. But I don't know that I've ever purchased a game. Well, Undertale. I did play it, but I bought it a long time ago and never really got into it. And like you're doing Llama, I was like, I'll just watch somebody else play it at this point. I know, we just talked about Undertale last stream. Alright, this is the exit.
Oh, look at these two. How
I don't like
they
that
wish
laugh.
to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Yeah, that's the same if you go back. It looked weird. It looked different, but it's not different, it's the same. Okay, this room has walls, I think. Let's turn it off and see what happens. Does it shut down the software?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time
What? Are we squeezed? Is that it? Reset? We dead? Now does it close the software? The game is now paused. We're just dead. Squeeze. It's the ending that was supposed to have you restart. Maybe? I don't know. Now I've got all kinds of like false clues maybe because I read all the stuff in the museum, but what if it's all fake? This is where we end stream, just a blank screen. I'm just checking on BB. She's sleeping. Okay. What if we had pressed escape? What if we just leave it in this screen? Thanks for the love for BB. She's such a sweetheart. I would show her off, but not today. She's just resting. She's just chilling. Oh, I'm impatient. Begin again or quit to menu? We could quit to menu. I don't know. I think I'll try again. I'm assuming it just... yeah. That was so weird. Have to run to get dinner. Have a good evening. Enjoy dinner. Thanks for hanging out,
All of his
Mariah.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Has anyone
simply
watched
missed a
Wheel
memo.
of Time? No, I haven't. Has anybody else? What is that llama?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
I kind of want to do
he
that
entered the
all
door on his
again,
left.
but try to escape. I also think we should try to go to the mind control place at some point. Just to see what happens.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Wait, we did all the right things that time. Oh, except for this.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could
Does
its
it not tell
purpose
us in this
be?
version?
In fact, this keypad guarded the
still does.
terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
We got a lot of wrong
Amazing.
ones first.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh yeah, I remember this. It's a long series of fantasy books, but also of last month a show on Amazon Prime. It's really good. Watch the latest two. Nice. I've never heard of that.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No, I didn't.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
We're choosing violent death
The door
again.
behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
At this point,
bonk,
Stanley was making a
bonk.
conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Hey Pepper, how's it going? I've been good. How are you? We've been playing a lot of The Witness, and I've been hanging out with my cats. It got cold here. What's my life update?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer
Dude, my
to
poor
his
English failed me
demise,
again. Stanley
it
is 10 years
reflected that
older
his
than
life had been
Superliminal.
of
Oh,
no
okay.
consequence
No,
whatsoever.
no worries.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
That's cool.
He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley. Just kidding.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single
Soul,
visceral
welcome in.
instant,
Thank you for the raid.
Stanley
How's it
was
going?
obliterated
How was your
as
stream?
the machine crushed every bone in
Playing
his
some
body.
words on stream. Nice. It's good to see you. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm Jen. Good and fun. I'm glad. Was it a community night? And thank you for the shout out for Soul. We've been puzzling. Oh, you played Undertale? We were just talking about Undertale. Very good. Are you liking it so far? This game has a lot of narration, so I'm having to pause to talk because the narrators just love to go on and on. Couldn't figure the puzzle and switch to Undertale. It's fun. Oh, gotcha. I'm glad you're liking it. Well, enjoy the stream, everyone. Thank you, Soul, for coming in. And if you're not following Soul, go check her out. Lots of puzzle games over there, too. Oh, the other order. Yeah, gotcha. We are looking for alternate endings. So, this ending was supposed to kill us, but it didn't. We're gonna go explore.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
Which we did. We
What
restarted.
exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
But I'm wondering if instead we can exit out or
When every
something when it
path you
tells
can
us to
walk
exit
has been
out.
created for you long in advance. Death
Love this game,
becomes
by the way.
meaningless,
Yeah.
making life the same. Do you see
Puzzle
now?
then words on stream. There
Do
we
you
go.
see that
Nice.
Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
We go up here, I think. Yep, exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Now this narrator is controlling me, though.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
I'm following
No,
their instructions.
Perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit.
And press quit. What happens? Nothing. But I had to try it. What if you just quit? Close the software. Done. We beat the game. Thank you to my Ko-fi supporters, 8-Bit Trav, Toonwolf, Semi-Cortex, Metal Spring Pro, Wymiser, Akarui Kage, and Cosmocordia. Thank you to all of my Twitch subscribers, my YouTube subscribers, and of course, viewers like you. Later, humans.